Russia insists there's been some progress in peace talks with Ukraine after America's top diplomat threatens to walk away from the negotiations. Thousands gather in Yemen's capital to protest a deadly US strike that's reported to have killed more than 70 people. And in the US, the Trump administration says it's studying ways of firing Jerome Powell, chair of the US Federal Reserve. The trial has opened in Istanbul of 189 people who were arrested in protests against the Turkish government. The suspects were detained in demonstrations triggered by the detention last month of the city's mayor, Ekrem İmamoğlu, who's considered the biggest political rival to President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Police in Pakistan made dozens of arrests following a string of violent protests and attacks this week against the fast food chain KFC. A member of KFC's staff was shot and killed inside a store in the province of Punjab. The police told the BBC they could not confirm the motive. Well, this all comes as protesters against the war in Gaza have been urging a boycott of the chain, claiming that it's a symbol of the United States and its ally, Israel. California Governor Gavin Newsom says that his state is suing the Trump administration over cuts to AmeriCorps, the federal agency which organizes community service work. The Trump administration placed all but a handful of senior AmeriCorps employees on leave this week and is slashing spending at the agency, which deploys thousands of volunteers. Mr. Newsom said the move, quote, gives the middle finger to volunteers serving their fellow Americans. US Vice President J.D. Vance met with Italian Premier Giorgia Meloni in Rome on Friday. The meeting comes just one day after Ms. Meloni visited Washington for a meeting with President Trump to discuss tariffs. J.D. Vance also attended a Good Friday service at St. Peter's Basilica and is scheduled to meet with a top Vatican official. Before we go, a special guest at the White House caused a bit of a stir this morning. You might even call it a case of trespassing. Well, a pet cat named Sophie became the latest high-profile visitor to the North Lawn after accidentally wandering through the White House fence. Reporters spotted the grey cat, took it to the press room for safekeeping. Eventually, Sophie was reunited with her owner thanks to her tracking collar. It turns out she is part of an animal welfare program that controls the rodent population. And after today's caper, she could add feline diplomacy to her CV.
A British man dies after an avalanche at a ski resort in the French Alps.